Well, hello everyone. How are you today? Jump in on those comments and let me know where you're coming from, where you're tuning in from. I'd love to know. I'm Sharon and I'm from the blog I Restore Stuff, and I upcycle furniture and home decor. And here in my workshop today, we're going to be doing some stenciling on glass. So just going to pull up your live here so I can see all your lovely comments. Hi, Jude's here from Ohio. There we go. Now I can see them. And Frankie from Pennsylvania. Hi, Sherry. And Denise. Hello from California. Sorry, I'm looking down here on my laptop because they're not coming up on my phone. So yes, we have some people. How exciting. From New Zealand, Bridget. Thank you so much for joining us. It's probably cold down there. I've got my long sleeves on. We're on the other side of the world down here in Australia and over in New Zealand. And it's winter, the middle of winter. So we're now in August. I think last week it was still July. So yeah, it's kind of cool, but I'm in Queensland, which is really very mild winters, probably similar to Florida over there in the USA. So yeah, thank you guys. Thank you. Hi from Tennessee, Robin, and Susan from Ohio. Hey, Hope, my friend in San Diego is there watching. Love you, Hope. Mwah. Big hugs for you. Hi, Mari, is it, from Florida? So great you guys could all join me this morning. Well, I say this morning because it's 10 a.m. here in Queensland, Australia, and probably wherever you are in the USA, it's Wednesday night. So I'm on Thursday morning. Just wanted to let you know Thursday is a lovely day. Well, it is here anyway. So we're ahead of the time there for you guys. All right, today I'm going to be working on this beautiful Faith stencil here, stencil set actually. I'll just be using one of the stencils in here. Actually, I'll show you a couple of them. Now, in the link up in the description of the live today, you will see all the links for any of the stencils I'm using today and the stencil brushes. So if you forget where they are later, just go check out that description of the live, and also Essential Stencil usually posts those links in the comments as well. So the stencil set you'll be looking for this one is Love Never Fails, okay? Love Never Fails. It's a 3-pack. So there's 3 different stencils in here, which I'm about to show you now. And the first one, which I'll use today, is Love Never Fails. That's from 1 Corinthians 13:8. And then on the second one we've got is We Love Because He First Loved Us, from 1 John 4:19. Gorgeous, gorgeous inspirational stencils. And then this one from Psalm 23 verse 3, He restores my soul. Now, I don't know if you have noticed, but each one of these has a beautiful different wreath around the outside of them. So there's that one. This one has this gorgeous wreath with berries up on the top here, and a gorgeous floral design down here. And then the other one has this kind of, it almost looks, I think it looks Australian, like eucalyptus or similar kind of thing on this wreath. So who knows that you can just interchange any of these wreaths. They will come in so handy for any other kind of, all the other stenciling that you do. These wreaths are just beautiful. Now, they had some of these similar wreaths in our Stencil of the Month club recently with totally different designs on them. Not recently, it was probably a while now, but they come in so handy and look absolutely beautiful with all kinds of things. So the other stencil set that I'm going to be working with today is this Be Still 3-pack. Let me open that for you now so you can have a look. So yep, I'll be stenciling on glass today, so if you want to see that, and I'll just be using ordinary chalk paint, which is a furniture type paint. Different than ordinary paint, but there we go. So there's Grace Upon Grace, Be the Light, and the third one is Be Still and Know. Okay, so even look at these beautiful leaves, the designs here, and you can use those with all sorts of other stencil sets. And if you go back to one of my lives, or even look at the Essential Stencil live videos, now if you go to the page, right here, you're on the Essential Stencil page, and you tap the video section, if you're on the phone, it's across the top there, you'll see a menu tab called video. If you're on the desktop, it could be down the side for you. It'll say video, so tap on the video link, and they have organized their videos into playlists. So if you're looking for a certain, you might have seen, one of the other ambassadors do something that you really liked. Well, they've got a playlist for each of the 4 ambassadors for Essential Stencil Live. They've also got a playlist in the video section for embossing, which is what I was going to tell you about. So you could use these for embossed stenciling. That's a raised stenciling where you use a raised medium embossing medium to put on there, and that would look great on certain things. So some of those leaf designs would be great for that. So there's a whole playlist on anything that any of us ambassadors have done a live using embossing stenciling. There's also, they've done a playlist for any Christmas designs, fall designs, Halloween, Valentine's. So they've themed them all so that you can make the videos easier to find. So there's that. I just thought I'd share that top tip with you now, so that if you're looking for a past live, so like I mentioned, that embossing, you can use that raised embossing technique. Go and check out one of the lives where in the playlist that's called embossing stencils, and you'll find that there. Wow. Okay, so we're going to be doing this one, Love Never Fails. I'm going to be stenciling on glass. So I've got this ordinary frame. Now I've painted that with some lovely chalk paint in the colour. It's like a minty green colour, so it's gorgeous. And I've got my glass with the board, but we're going to take the board out of the equation today, and I'm just stenciling on the glass, and then we're going to glue it in here, and it'll make a lovely framed feature. It'll be going up this way, in fact. The other thing that I wanted to stencil is this op shop find. We call them op shops, you call them thrift stores. I don't know, I got this for like $1 or $2 at a thrift store, painted it in this sage, beautiful sage colour, and then I'm going to be stenciling one of these little minis stencil sets on the front of this. So let's get started with stenciling on glass first, right now. And really, you just stencil, hang on, I'll have to move this down so you can see the project and see what I'm doing here. Oh, I also wanted to mention too, if you are, we will be picking live winners at the end of this live. 3 winners will win Essential Stencil items. And if you are watching the replay of this live, then if you comment the word replay during the replay of the live, then Essential Stencil will be picking 1 winner from the replay in the first 24 hours after this has gone live. So if that's you, comment replay and you could win a prize. I also wanted to say I got our Stencil of the Month Club stencil in the mail yesterday. So if you haven't joined that yet, it is Amanda's gorgeous design of the tree. Beautiful tree with leaves and roots, and that's the theme of the whole set. I'll be showing this next week, I believe, right here on Essential Stencil page, and my ideas for that. It comes with, well, you can get an add-on item which has these gorgeous leaf patterns. That will be fun. So that'll be next week. I'll be doing that live. So if you haven't joined the Stencil of the Month Club, you can do that. Use my code. Anytime you're getting something from the Stencil of the Month Club or from Essential Stencil, if you join the club, use my code and you can get $5 off your first month. If you use my code on Essential Stencil's site, you can get 10% off all of your stencils. So here is our glass. It's just sitting on the board right now just so that, I don't know, I probably can just shift that board out of the way. I might actually put it on this black background and then you'll be able to see it better. There we go. So this is just the glass that fits inside this frame that I've painted, and I'm going to place that right here. If I center that glass, then this should be centered here. So I'm not going to be doing the wreath on this. I'm just going to be using the words "Love Never Fails," and I probably could fit that verse in there as well. And I want to try and, you can see through the stencil mylar, the plastic, to sort of line it up with that glass that I've got going there. And I'm just using a chalk paint today. So you could use a special glass paint if you want. I don't even know if there is such a thing, but I have done this before and I've just used ordinary chalk paint. So, you know, unless someone comes up and literally scratches it off, it's just going to stay there. I'm using an Aussie-made chalk paint called Artisan Paint, and just a white colour, so that it can look a little bit like etching, okay? So that's the look we're kind of going for. All right, so I'm just going to pop a little tiny bit, a little drizzle on my lid here. Oh, there it comes. You really don't need a lot for stenciling at all. And if you know the trick to the key to stenciling is offloading your brush. I'm just going to use probably a mini kind of brush. Now the stencil brushes are back in stock. It's a set of 4 on the Essential Stencil website, and I have listed that in the description of the live also. Use my code IRestoreStuff and you'll get 10% off those as well. So all the products in the shop. Oh, I found, here's the types of frames that we can use. Look, these were only $1 at a thrift store. Sometimes you can get them as cheap as 50 cents, but I just thought I'd give you examples of smaller frames. So these are tiny ones compared to the one I'm doing today, but these would be perfect for doing on the glass with minis. You know, the mini tag sets? So we've got a whole bunch of mini tag sets that have come out with that latest lot of stencils. Go and have a look through some of those, because some of those mini tags, you could use this same idea for the glass etching kind of look. All right, so I'm dabbing my paintbrush into the paint, swishing it around to get it on the bristles, and I'm just using some newspaper to offload the paint. So we want to offload the paint. You load it on, then load it off. Now the idea is to not get it so much on your brush, because otherwise it'll bleed under, and especially we've got glass as kind of a slippery surface. And I have used mineral paint as well for this, so let's see how we go with the glass paint here. Not glass paint, sorry, it's just chalk paint. Sorry to confuse anyone there. So I'm just doing a little tap and smush. I don't know if you can hear that. Like a pounce, and then we'll say swirl or smush. And what you're going to end up with is a little bit of etching look. I know you can use glass etching, but this way it's not etched in, and you can actually scratch it off and start again, because obviously this is a framed piece of glass that's just going to sit on your wall, so no one's going to be coming along scratching it. But imagine this for seasonal decor. You could scratch it off and start again and put something else on the glass. So if you've just joined me, you can see how to paint on glass. And yeah, you can use whoop. Now I didn't tape this down. Oops. Because basically the stencil goes way outside the glass, so I can't really, I've just got to hold it down with my hand. Yeah, when I did a pouncing motion, it kind of, I think I got a lot more on then. Peggy says, I like a smush. Yep, that's the technical term. Pounce and smush. You can pounce a little bit. That sort of, the pouncing actually makes a little bit more of an etching look, I think. I think we'll find. Wow, hi guys. Just trying to catch up with your comments there. And Essential Stencil has posted a link there. You'll see that in the pinned comments if you wanted to jump on the shopping cart and go order your stencils. Thank you for you. If you're sharing this live right now, you can just hit the little share button and sprinkle the love and share it in a group you're a part of, or on your page or your personal feed, or even tag someone who might be interested in stenciling, craft DIYs. I'm going to add the scripture verse down there. I'm not sure that it will stand out as much as it would if we were painting on, you know, a board or something. Because we're doing white on glass, you probably want to lean this finished look up against something that's going to contrast and be able to stand out with the white lettering and glass. Oops, now I'm missing. Sorry if you're asking questions. Those comments are kind of flying past. It looks like you're all helping each other out. You're awesome. Let's go. Almost done. And if you've just joined me, we're stenciling on glass to go inside a frame that I've painted up. Just an old frame from a thrift store. All right. So it kind of looks a little bit speckledy, but that's sort of that glass etching look, really. So here's one way to sort of upcycle those frames. Look at that. So that is on glass. Now I just want to get my stencil wiped off right away so that the chalk paint doesn't stick permanently. Hopefully you can see that there. Oops, let me just, sorry guys. I had no idea it wasn't pointing down right. I'm so sorry. Right in the right spot. Maria says you could paint it from the bottom and have the paint inside the frame instead of outside. Very, very good idea. Put a dab of hot glue on the corners so the paint doesn't touch the back of doing it backwards. Good idea. You could even put a black background in there if you wanted to. But I have done a couple where, now one of the signs that I did do, and I don't know if I've got a photo of it somewhere, which would be fun, is I have a photo of where I don't know if you saw my design in February, back in February, I did a design for the Stencil of the Month Club, and it was coffee and like a shop, coffee cups, coffee mugs, all that kind of thing, coffee, yeah. So I actually used a coffee shop stencil and popped that in the frame, in the glass frame, which really looked like a great shop sign, which was fun. So if you've still got that stencil, or if you're in the Stencil of the Month Club, there might be some more left in that shop. So what I'm going to do is just pop some glue on the back of that glass there, and look at that. We have a gorgeous Love Never Fails on glass. There you go, I can still see you. How is that? And we've still got the 1 Corinthians 13:9. So I'll hold it up really close and you might be able to kind of sort of see that texture that sort of looks like glass etching. So I hope you get that. I think it's just such a great look. Let me show you with this black on the background there. So you could even do it with that black on the background, but I just love the way that you can see through it. I don't know, where would you put that on a shelf? I think you'd have to probably have a nice contrasting background so you can see it against the blue there, but when I put it up against white and other multicolours, it's a little bit harder to see. So there's that. And all I want to do is dab some glue on all the outside. Let me just point that down again to show you how I'm going to stick this in. So I'm leaving that backing board out, and all of the little nails and things that were in here, I've taken them out because otherwise they would be seen in through the glass. So what I want to do, and I'm just going to pop this, I've got my brush with still a little bit of white paint on it. I don't want that to dry out, so I'm just going to wrap that in my cloth for now because I want to paint something else in just a minute. So I'm just using this weld bond. I get this in Australia. I'm not sure if you can get that in Amazon or wherever over there. But that's what I'll be using today, and it bonds to a whole lot of different surfaces, including wood, glass, metal, all of those kind of things. So all you have to do is drizzle a little bit around the edges here. I'm going to put a little bit more than what I need. What I thought I needed, because I think, not sure where the glass was going to come to on some of these surfaces. And then you just have to stick it in. Now it says on here, you just follow the instructions of the glue, whatever glue you use. It doesn't have to be this exact one, but just something that bonds really well to the surfaces. And I'm just going to pop that in here. And it says to leave it at least an hour to dry. So you can see that glue kind of squishing on there. And I am assuming that it dries clear because there's one little blob that got a little bit too much on the edge there. So I'm hoping that that doesn't show all the way through. Maybe I can wipe it on the glass before it dries too well. But there we go. So that's that idea. So I'll just let that dry now and then add a little hanger to the top and it'll be good to go. So the second piece I wanted to show you was using, just making sure I'm not missing any. Oh, there's lots of comments, lots of comments. Awesome. Thank you, Joyce Ann. She says, I love this, learning so much from these lives. That's awesome. Could you use E6000? Is that a glue? You probably could. I'm not sure. Just have a look at the... Okay, yep. Everyone's saying that works. That maybe that's just in America. I don't even know if we've got that here in Australia. But yep, whatever says on the packet, it bonds glass to wood. You'd be great. All right, this next little project item is this tin that I just found at a thrift store. And so I'm going to be using that today. I've painted it in just a colour. It had this floral kind of, 80s design or something on it. It looked like it's for pots. You could put a fake plant in there or use it for whatever you like. And I'm just going to put one of these little stencils. Now, this is a 3 stencil set. If you missed the beginning, we've got Be the Light, Grace Upon Grace. We're being very inspirational today with our choice of stencils, Be Still and No. So I love all of them. Let's just start with Be the Light. Pop that on the front here. So this has got a slightly bent surface. And guys, remember that to stay tuned because Essential Stencil is going to be choosing 3 winners at the end of the live to win some Essential Stencils. Okay, so I'm going to center that here. Now I will tape this one, guys, because there we go. Trying to feel around for my blue tape. Get some painter's tape. I did use chalk paint. Yes, Meredith, thank you. I used chalk paint for the glass stenciling. It's just a furniture paint. And, excuse me, I haven't tried it yet, but I'm assuming that you could just scratch that off so it would make it interchangeable. You could just do a different stencil for a different season. Can you imagine doing some of the Christmas decor like that and hanging those little frames? Even some of these smaller ones, the little tiny ones with those Christmas mini tags, tag mini sets. Look, guys, if you haven't if you're a sign maker, I said this last week, but if you're a sign maker and you sell signs for your shop or for your space or even online on your websites, now is the time to be starting to get ready for your Christmas stock. So go and grab. Essential Stencil still has a lot of Christmas stencils there available, including their minis. So now's the time that you can do that because even though it's August, that Christmas shopping starts, I don't even know. Some people start now, but you want to be prepared for all of your merchandise in your shop. So there's just a top tip for those of you who sell your signs. All right, so I've got my little brush here again. I'm just going to use the same one. And because there's a slight curve, I've taped right here where that curve goes, and that should hold it still. As well as that, I'll just use my fingers. And once again, dipping the paint. Oh, I'd better put my lid on my glue. That would be good. And I'm going to offload, again, the brush. And we're just going to do a swirling motion, making sure that I'm kind of getting... I'm going to have to stand up for this so I can see down there. Some little rays of light beaming out from the word light. Now once you've put chalk paint, this is just again chalk paint. It's an Aussie made brand called Artisan, and you will probably just want to seal this when you're finished with a matte sealer, or any kind of sealer really. I like to use a water-based sealer because they're non-yellowing and they're a lot less mess to clean up. So I'll just be sealing this one when I'm finished. Now there's a little bit of a movement right there. But see how quick that is, just to upcycle a little pot. So because this has 4 different sides on it, I could literally do a different one of these signs. Well, there's only 3. It's only 3, but I could just put something else in there. There we go, there's Be the Light. I might go to the opposite side now, and let's try a different one. Again, just gonna super quickly wash off my stencil with a wet cloth. If you do it straight away, then if you know me, I get lots of paint on my stencils, and I don't always wash it off right away, but I'm trying my best. When you're live like this, I just think, oh, who wants to watch me washing off my things? But seriously, if I don't do it right away, it gets stuck there for a very long time. It's harder to get off. All right, so guys, I'm going to need some help choosing here really quickly in the comments. Grace upon grace or be still and know. What are we going to put on this reverse side here? Let's vote and go. I'll just maybe take the first 3 or 4 comments, and let's see what the winning comment is for which one I should do. Be still and know. Grace upon grace. So it takes me a while to see your comments, so let's see. Someone said grace. Oh no, maybe you're talking about grace. Someone said another ambassador did that. Let's see. Yeah, at least I clean them off. Exactly. Am I right? Okay, someone did say grace upon grace. That was the first comment I can see coming through. Be still and know. Oh no, now we're even, guys. Be still and know. Oh, now that's winning. Grace upon grace. Now we're even. Be still and know. Okay, let me see. I'm going to go with be still and know. That's it. Okay, I think the full verse says, be still and know that I am God. So I love that. Sometimes in this uncertain times, as everyone keeps saying, we really just need to, there's just so much noise going on around us, isn't there? Just a little bit of this and a little bit of that and a bit of bad news here, bad news there. It can be so hard to just be still and quiet and just know, hey, God's here. He's got you covered. Right. Okay. Well, yep, it's be still. Comments are still coming through, but this is what we're doing now. I just love these little leaves. Now that would look so good. And also remember that I've done a few lives where you can do that shadowing technique. So go look up some of those lives. And if you weren't here earlier, I was just explaining to everyone that Essential Stencil has, they've arranged the live videos, or just all their videos, in their video section on their page. So if you just go to the video section, you'll see a bunch of playlists there. So if you say, for example, you go, oh, I know, Amanda did this certain, Amanda's one of our ambassadors, she did this certain technique. Well, they've got a whole playlist of just Amanda's lives and just my lives or just Grace's or Melissa's lives. So you can just go to individual ambassador playlist. Or they have a playlist for Christmas ideas, they have a playlist for Valentine's ideas, fall ideas, so you'll see more going into that. They also have a playlist for things like embossing techniques, and I think there could be one for the shadowing technique, I'm not sure. If not, I'll ask them to make that one because there's a few of those. Yeah, this is just an old newspaper. I'm offloading is what we call this. So we offload all the paint because the best tip for doing stenciling is to use as little paint as possible on your brush while you're stenciling so that you don't get bleeding underneath. Oop, I think I had a bit too much on my brush there. There was a little part that I didn't see. So we could have some bleeding right here on this. Oh, well. Oh, no, it didn't. Phew! There we go. So be still and know. And then we've got on the other side, be the light. So there's a gorgeous little planter. You could put real plants pot in it or a fake one. I kind of do. I've gotten a few more real plants around the house because my girls are now helping me water them. But before that, I'm a bit more of a fake plant person because I don't tend to remember to water them, or I give them too much water and then they die. So, all right, just going over what we did, in our live. We've got the, just see if I can pick that up here. Stenciling on glass. So I can see you. All right, so we've got stenciling on glass and our plant pot here, and any second now, Essential Stencil is going to be picking winners, choosing the winners, 3 winners for Essential Stencil products. Here's our glass that we made. I'll put it in front of me so you can kind of see it. That's Love Never Fails stencil set on the glass. Drum roll here for our winners. Let's see if I can see them pop up. Let me know if you can see the winners popping up on Essential Stencil's comments any minute now. And we will congratulate those winners. I can't wait to see who won today. But yeah, that's our little projects for today. Love Never Fails set comes in three stencils with Love Never Fails. There is, whoops, sorry, I've got to hold it back here, I think, because the sun's coming over. We love because he first loved us. And then he restores my soul, as well as the Love Never Fails stencil. And then there's Grace Upon Grace is the other one in this set of 3, and that set is called the Be Still 3-pack right there. So let me see if Essential Stencil has picked our winners yet. Can anyone see their comment? Maybe I missed it. Did I miss it? Guys, tell me who those winners are. I see a pinned comment, but did I miss Essential Stencil's comment on our winners? And that's such an easy one to do. Easy way to upcycle your frames. And remember I said that we can change those up to make it like a Christmas theme, Valentine's theme. I'm imagining, now I haven't tried this, but I'm imagining you can just scratch that off and start again. And I've put just a little bit of weld bond glue on top of that. Oops, I've got to keep it down like this so that I don't, so that the glass is kind of weighing down into that. I'm just going to put my brush in the water. Okay, where's our winners, guys? Etching, Vicky. Yes, if you've got any more questions, let me know. The sun is just starting to come over. No, I didn't see the post with the winners either, Kathy. We're all sitting here. Yeah, we're all sitting here waiting. Essential Stencil. Essential Stencil. Everybody type in, we need some winners to get their attention. That's so funny. Yeah, if you missed the stenciling on the glass, Jean, just go back and watch the replay and you'll be able to see that there, how I did that. And I've just used ordinary chalk paint, which is a furniture type paint. Okay, so the chalk paint is just an Australian brand, artisan paint. So yeah, there's that. How to paint on glass was really super easy to do. And I think someone was saying in the comments, who was saying that you can bake in the oven for an hour. Christy, I had no idea. I've never done that. Winner chicken dinner. Someone's like, we're looking for the winners. Nobody can see them yet. So Essential Stencil. I think it's Ruben. Let's everybody call Ruben. Tell us who the winners are. Sharon needs the winners. We are all winners. Susan, you absolutely are. Maybe they're on a little break. Everyone call out. Yeah, probably. See, it's only 10:30, so I've only been live for like half an hour. I was so quick today, you guys. That's what it is. They're thinking, oh yeah, she's still... Here we go. Thank you, guys. Yes, here's our winners. Sandra Brown. Let me just flip it back up so I can see. Sandra Brown, you're a winner today. Debbie Davis and Juanita Rodriguez. Sandra, Debbie, and Juanita, our winners. Woo! Round of applause from everybody. Congratulations. Now, don't forget, if you're watching the replay, comment replay in the comments, and Essential Stencil will be choosing a winner after we go live within the next 24 hours. So if that's you watching the replay, comment replay, and you could be a winner of some Essential Stencil items. So guys, I'm Sharon from the blog I Restore Stuff at irestorestuff.com. You can follow me on Instagram, Pinterest, or YouTube, where I've got a lot of tutorials over there. You'll catch even some of my lives I've reposted there from here on Essential Stencil page. Visit me on my Facebook page, I Restore Stuff, anywhere there. So I will look forward to seeing you next week. And remember, next week, let me see. I believe I will be doing Amanda's Stencil of the Month Club design, which is going to be so much fun. I've got to think about what I'm going to use, some of these fun patterns and the beautiful branches and the birds and the lovely sayings and what I can do to play with those. So I'll be thinking about that this week. Thanks so much for watching, and I will catch you next time. Bye.